moving you too far. Any song at every bar. Here to cover your needs. Twin Rivers Music Scene.
Hey y'all, welcome to the Twin Rivers Music Scene podcast with your host Madison
and Reed.
And welcome to episode 6.
We're excited to be back. We took a little break the past couple weeks just working on some stuff, but we're really excited to get back on the podcast.
Yes, we're happy to be back. We're excited to share some upcoming stuff that we have with you guys. But first of all, how's it going, Reed?
It's good. Today is Monday, so just starting the week, but we had a really fun weekend together.
Yes, we got to go to Austin on Friday for Hayden Redwine's album release party at Allen's Boots, which was really fun and cool.
Yeah, they set up the music in the boot shop and had a cool bar, and Howdy, the THC brand, sponsored everything. So they had really cool merch. She's wearing like one of their fun shirts, High Horse.
Yes, I'm literally drinking one right now.
We got hats, the drinks, a bunch of other stuff. And so they had like a cool bar set up, and there was a bunch of opening like acoustic sets too. So it was a couple hours of music on Friday night. And then we went to like this after party thing, which was so funny. We randomly saw Bill Murray. He just showed up.
Okay, yes, we need to talk about this because we haven't talked about seeing casually Bill Murray there eating a taco.
Yeah, so we were just like sitting on this couch area eating and like talking to people. And one of our friends like literally in the middle of me saying something was like, wait, that's Bill Murray. And he just like walked from the like table that had the food and just like stood in his spot and just was eating and chilling, and like a couple people would go up to him and like talk to him, but he was straight vibing.
I know, I wish we would have gotten a picture because I don't think he would have cared.
Like Ghostbusters, and what else is he in? Caddyshack and
yes,
stuff. Like
Caddyshack.
He's an iconic actor.
I know, and we kind of acted like it was no big deal. I think we were just feeling ourselves because we were just like hanging out.
We were like, should we be here right now? Probably not. So we were just like acting cool because we felt like we needed to be cool, you know?
Yeah, that was one of those moments where we needed to ask for a picture and we failed, but that was pretty fun. It was really good turnout.
Yeah.
If you haven't already listened to Hayden's album, do so. It's so good. I loved it. And when he played his songs, they were really good. And
he has the same rasp kind of as Coulter Wall, so if you're into his music, you'd really like Hayden.
Yes, so that was really fun and a cool experience.
Did anything funny else happen that night other than us paying $60 for parking in Austin?
Yeah, you know, I love Austin, but that was insane.
But the night did end. Like, the night was super fun, and it ended great, too, because we shared a whole entire pizza at
Home Slice,
which that was my first time having it. And it was, I would say, life-changing quality pizza.
I agree. It was really good. We just, like, sat at the bar, and it ended our night before heading back to New Braunfels with pizza, and it was honestly glorious. Highly recommend.
Yeah, so that was a cool experience. Hayden Redwine, listened to him. And then we also posted stuff on our stories about it.
And we had Texas Independence Day yesterday.
Yes, we went to Green Hall for the armadillo races, which were so funny. Like, just the way that they handle these critters makes me laugh so hard.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't get to do it. Warren, like, stayed in line forever. The guy was like, never mind.
There was too many kids in line to like be the adult that's like, hey, let me take a kid's spot to do this.
That's true. But all you needed to do was put on those gloves. There was like random people doing the races.
There was a guy that told us that a lot of armadillos, like, this is a random fact, but like have leprosy. So I really hope those were not the kind.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's what the glove was for.
Maybe. It's probably like the same thing as like when you hold a toad, like you get a wart. You know, it's like
but like way less severe.
Yeah, I guess that is true.
Like, that's the grade school version of it. Like, okay, like, it's not that bad. But
yeah, I'm just like, basically why I said that was because I'm like, is that true? It's not like every armadillo you hold, you're gonna get that.
It's like how people associate like possums with having rabies or whatever. I think it's like, I think it's more so like a stereotype than like a fact.
Stop stereotyping armadillos.
They're our state animal. Like, give them a chance.
Exactly.
But they were funny, and that was cool. Green was insanely packed, which we were talking about being locals and it coming off like the winter season where it's very like there are really busy days, but it's more relaxed. Like yesterday was insanely packed, which is like I actually really enjoy it like that. I feel like that's what green is made for, but I also like the slow times too.
I'm indifferent about it. It's because I want to find parking and I don't want to run around my city trying to look for parking, but we should just walk next time. But I do love all the people there, and it was so fun. It was beautiful weather, and it is fun when it's crowded.
Yeah.
You get to meet a lot of people too. And Green Hall was like so fun.
Yeah, they had $2 beers, and then they also had a great band when we were there called the Texases, and we've listened to them before. They're out of San Antonio, and they were playing the best compilation of cover songs, like perfect to Texas.
It was classic after classic.
Yeah,
it was so fun. They're such a good cover band,
and it just makes me happy to see like people like that having fun in Green Hall. Everyone was dancing. Like it was kind of hot in there, so it was like the typical Green Hall, like it's hot in here vibes.
Yeah.
But it was just like a really fun atmosphere.
It was just fun because summer is back in New Braunfels, Texas, everybody. So river season is among us.
Yes.
And then we have a really fun weekend coming up. We have the Rodeo Austin barbecue cook-off. So our good friend Miles Smith runs the entertainment for one of the tents at the barbecue cook-off called DKC Cookers, and asked us if we wanted to be a part of it with taking pictures and interviewing the artists. So that's going to be really fun.
Yeah, we're really grateful for that opportunity. We'll be set up outside the tent, like in an RV, all day Friday and Saturday, and interviewing artists just as they come or like before or after their sets, which is gonna be super cool. We're gonna be asking like different questions. Like we're gonna also be like in the mix asking people stuff too. We're really grateful to have this opportunity, and a lot of our friends are on the lineup too, so it's gonna be a really fun weekend. So Friday is Miles Smith is playing, Mike Newman, Brother Jukebox, the Reed Brothers, Clay Hollis, and then there's a DJ and a campfire later on in the night. So those will be everyone we're talking to on Friday. And then you want to say who's there Saturday?
Yes, and then Saturday, Mike Newman is going to play again, Dirty White Horse, Austin Gillum, Timber Wild, VHS, and also the DJ and campfire that night to bring us home.
Yes.
So it's going to be really exciting. So if you don't have any plans this weekend, make a trip to Austin and come hang out with us at the DKC Cookers tent.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of other New Braunfels people there too, it seems like. So stay tuned this weekend. We're going to be putting out a lot of content from the rodeo cook-off, and then from there on, we'll have a lot more stuff too.
Yes. So our next artist is our good friend Damon Curtis.
He's been begging us to come on here.
He's been begging, and we finally said, sure, whatever. You, I guess, made our jingle, so thank you.
Yeah, he did make our jingle, the intro and outro to this.
Yes.
And so we owe him that.
Yes, and it was fun. Lots of banter. You all should have heard of Damon Curtis. He plays a lot around New Braunfels.
Yeah, you
He's
probably
always
met
at
him at
Poorhouse,
some point. The fact that you're
a Jameson.
the identifier, the man always at Poorhouse is the one that's going to be on our podcast.
I know, but we love that place. So if you've seen a man who likes to sing over people and has a Jameson in his hand, that's him. We love him. All right, without further ado, here's Damon Curtis. The singer-songwriter, originally from Moulton, Texas, and now based in New Braunfels, has been performing since he was a kid and started writing songs and playing guitar as a teenager. A very well-known artist in the New Braunfels music scene, his powerful voice and captivating songwriting consistently mesmerizes audiences, getting the crowd to sing along not only to classic covers, but also to his original songs. He can be spotted most often wearing his signature 90s country attire. He also wrote and recorded our podcast intro and outro, which we are super grateful for. Please welcome Damon Curtis to the Twin Rivers Music Scene Podcast.
Hi.
Well,
Happy
welcome.
to finally have you.
Yeah. Third time's a charm.
Since you've been begging
Yeah.
to
We
be
said
on
in
our
our
podcast.
We said in our intro that you were begging to get on, so we just had to for your mercy.
Well, I don't know about all that. Y'all just keep on waking me up early.
Well, how are you feeling today?
Good.
You said you didn't sleep.
Correct.
Do we need to talk about it?
No, I did sleep. It was just, from like 5 p.m. to 9 p.m.
That was a nap yesterday, not like sleeping last night.
Yeah, but
So what did you
it
do
all
all
counts the
night?
same. I sat up and watched TV.
What are you
kind of
watching?
shows?
What was I watching last night? I was watching Shoresy.
What's that?
It's a Canadian TV show about. This one was about hockey. You ever heard of Letterkenny?
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
have.
It's like a silly like sitcom or
Yeah, I
Yeah.
actually have watched that one.
Essentially the same thing, but
So like
it's all
Trailer
have to
Park
do with-
Boys.
yeah, it all had to do with hockey though.
Okay, I could get behind that
Yeah.
possibly.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're happy to have you here. Thanks for waking up bright and early to start. Well, I guess you didn't wake up. Thanks for continuing your day.
Staying
with us.
awake.
Pretty
yes.
Okay, so to start us off, since you're obviously a big 90s country fan, we're going to see who your top 90s artist is.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
It's going to be a speed round. So first artist that popped in your head,
You're
just
asking
blurt
me
it.
to think
You
that
don't-
fast this early.
You don't have
Yeah.
time to ponder. It's the first thing that comes to
All
your
right.
head.
All right.
All right, here we go. Diamond Rio or Lone Star?
Diamond Rio.
Diamond Rio or Shenandoah?
Mm. I'm gonna go with Diamond Rio this time.
Okay. Diamond Rio or the Dixie Chicks?
Oh, Diamond Rio.
Diamond Rio or Alan Jackson?
Alan Jackson.
Okay. Alan Jackson or Shania Twain?
Alan Jackson.
Alan Jackson or Toby Keith?
Like if we're strictly talking 90s country,
Yes.
I don't know. It's hard to beat Chattahoochee.
Okay.
We're gonna go with Alan Jackson.
All right. Alan Jackson or Brooks and Dunn?
Ooh, Brooks and Dunn.
Good choice. Brooks and Dunn or Garth Brooks?
Brooks and Dunn.
Brooks and Dunn or George Strait? The King of
Mm.
Country.
We'll go with George.
All right. King of Country wins it every time.
True. That was an easy one at the end.
Keith
I feel
Whitley.
Yeah, but Keith Whitley wasn't really 90s. I
No.
looked it up.
Yeah, he died like 2 weeks before I was born.
Do you want to talk about it?
I'm a little sad about it still.
Do you think maybe? What if you're the reincarnation?
Okay,
I
whoa.
wish.
Let's not.
Yeah.
Like,
I can write some sad songs, that's for sure.
It inspired you.
Yeah, that's
he's
right.
your muse. We do love Keith Whitley, though.
Right?
Okay, so we can also talk about how we all met each other because I feel like we have different stories that also connect too. So Damon and I met in college whenever I wrote an article about you for a online blog that I was doing.
You were in college. I'm an old man.
Yes, he was a full-on adult. I was a young kid in college. I was like, hey, Damon Curtis, how's it going? But yeah, that's how we met. And then it's funny because after that, I went to one of your shows at the Rustic in Houston and totally fangirled, honestly. Me and my friend like sat front row and then took a picture with him after. And I think the picture made it to my actual feed, not even like a story.
That's right.
We need
ladies
to
and
find
gents.
that and like put it up.
Right? It would be funny. I have it somewhere.
We both look like babies, I'm sure.
Yeah, but that was a fun night. So that's how Damon and I met. And then when I moved to New Braunfels, you were already living here, I think.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so I knew of you whenever I came here.
Yeah.
What was your first impression of Reed?
I didn't really think much of it.
Oh
You know?
my God.
That's so rude.
That is so rude.
No, I don't know.
Well, how did you find Damon? Like, how did you find him?
You
For
had
your
just
interview.
released like that new EP, and
Yeah.
I was in College Station. There was a lot going on in the Texas country scene
Mhm.
then. So I feel like a lot of that was like heavily promoted, and it just like came across, I think, my Instagram or sorry, my Spotify
Yeah.
or
It could've-
Pandora back then.
Definitely could have been. Yeah, and you
Yeah.
were working for that other company.
It was the Not Gonna See Me Cry that got me. I loved that one.
It's a good one. I don't even remember how to play it anymore.
You need
I've
to
been-
start
I've been-
bringing those back.
I've been wanting to relearn that one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
And then I met Damon at the Green Light
Mm-hmm.
when I met you, Reed, when you were working there. And that's how I guess the rest is history. We just all became best friends. Kind
We can
of.
call it that. Yeah.
I should have warned you back then.
I know, what the hell were you thinking?
You were at a show. I just should have been like, get out of here. Don't
Run.
do it.
Just
Reed's the one who booked me to play the show.
I know that. I'm just thinking that.
I know. And then you invited her to Poorhouse after. I thought you had a crush on her.
We
I
all
actually
went
thought y'all were
together.
dating.
Yeah, we all went
That's like
together.
insane to say. You always say that.
But like y'all act like we all went together. Like I didn't know you guys.
No, we were already friends, so
Yeah.
Who?
me and Reed.
I know, but I didn't know that. I was an outsider looking in.
So you thought we had a
On the
crush?
outside looking in. Yeah.
Mm.
Not the case.
It's more of a frenemy situation.
That's not what I heard.
Pretty
Anyway.
much. Frenemies.
Madison's just on here starting rumors just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's honestly a favorite hobby of mine.
That checks out.
You've been playing music, obviously, a good part of your life. Take us back to like when that started and all of that.
Well, let's see. It all started when I was a wee young lad. No, man, I've always loved music in general, so, and I just always gravitated towards 90s country. And then I guess I didn't start, I always knew I wanted to sing at the age of, 15? We were sitting in the San Antonio Livestock Show and Rodeo, waiting to weigh in pigs, and I heard a song called Down and Out by Randy Rogers Band. And that's what got me hooked into like Texas country. And then our old English teacher back in the day, I had a free period and 6th period, and she did too. So she had a guitar in her classroom, so she started teaching me how to play guitar.
That's cute. I didn't know that.
Yeah. And then wrote my first songs shortly after.
So is anybody else in your family musically talented?
I had a grandpa that played tuba. Great grandpa played tuba in a polka band.
Love that.
Oh yeah.
Do you think your family influenced music into you at all?
No, not at all. None of them can sing. None of them can play anything.
But where you grew up was very much like a polka like town, wasn't
yeah.
it? Did that music ever inspire you at all, or is that just something?
Not really. That one just made me want to drink beer.
Yeah, just like go to Wurstfest.
We're all German where I'm from, so
yeah,
it's just polka and pivo, you know.
True.
Pivo and kolaches.
When and why did you decide to go to music full time?
I was tired of sitting behind a desk all day, and
You're preaching to the choir.
but I was already started playing in my early to mid 20s of just acoustic stuff by myself, but I had a full-time job, you know, because music back home wasn't going to pay the bills. Music doesn't really pay the bills now. You know what I mean?
No, we don't.
Elaborate. No.
Tell us your financial situation.
It's all right. I survive.
Where'd you play this weekend? Poorhouse?
I played in Wimberley on Saturday, and then I played on Sunday afternoon at Poorhouse.
Okay. Nice.
And I drank entirely way too much.
Yeah, we saw you Sunday night. We didn't see you Sunday during the day.
I don't remember. Lights were on. No one was home. So I apologize to anyone I saw.
Yeah, the girl sitting to your left.
Barely remember seeing him.
So back to when you went to music full time. So where were you working at the time?
I was home in Shiner, and I was working for a plastics manufacturing company. I was in quality control, and then I went to computer programming, and I did that for 8 years. Quit in 2018. I went back to farming and ranching with some local ranchers out there, and then I moved up here to New Braunfels in end of 2018, and the rest is history. Just been playing.
What was your first initial, like, I guess, gig or maybe song that kind of like pushed you through like your peak of it? I'm not saying that you're not in your peak right now, but I know you were touring.
I'm in
a
my
lot,
prime.
and you were doing the whole
Damon's
radio
thriving.
tour. What was that like?
Yeah. Oh, radio tour was fun, exhausting. Just like being out on the road for weeks at a time. It was exhausting because we were in a new town every day. But we'd we'd wake up in a new town every day, but then on the way to other towns, like we'd hit up like 3 or 4 different radio stations. So like we drove all the way up from here, we drove all the way up to Amarillo, and then we drove all the way down to like Houston area. And then I know one of them was down in El Paso. So like we were everywhere.
Did the van stay intact the whole time, or did y'all have any flat tires? Anything crazy happen?
We didn't actually take the van. It was just me and my fiddle player at the time, and we just went in one of our vehicles, and so it was nice and easy. Yeah, we didn't have much to worry about.
Nice.
But
Do
no,
you
it was
think
good.
that's what started your crazy sleep schedule?
Oh, no, I think
Going
I was
back.
born that way.
Have you always been like
A
that
bat?
with sleep?
A vampire might say.
Vampire, pretty much, yeah. No, I've always been a night owl for as long as I can
Or
remember.
a night owl.
Even in growing up in high school and stuff, like I would still always go to sleep way past midnight and have to be up by 7.
Yeah.
And I made sure I was up by 7 so I could get to the store, grab me a breakfast pizza and Dr. Pepper.
No.
Oh yeah, and then I got to school about 15 minutes before, ate my food, drank my soda, and then went right into class.
Ready to take on the day with the breakfast
Yeah,
pizza.
but yeah,
What is
no.
on a breakfast pizza? Like sausage, cheese.
Bacon, egg, cheese.
Do you still eat them today? Like, would you go
Oh,
back
I
and get one
would.
if you go
I
home?
would, man. I crave them things all the time, but I haven't had one in a long time. Long time.
That actually
Man.
sounds pretty good, honestly.
It is good. You ever had breakfast pizza? It's good. Try it.
Is anything in the music industry different than what you expected, like going into it?
Honestly, no. It's kind of like how you think it is. Some nights it's a big party, but the older I got and the more me and the guys were together, we just like the green room before and after shows were literally us just like chilling, playing on our phones, watching TV.
Mhm, yeah.
They always say that.
Relaxing.
Yeah, just like in your own zone and everything.
Yeah, but like early on it was us drinking a lot.
Yeah, because you're like
Let-
getting
let's,
into it.
Let's see how hammered we could get before the show and still be able to play.
Have you ever had a show where you got so drunk before like you couldn't go on?
No, but there's been a few where it was pretty rough singing and remembering lyrics. I've had some tough ones out there, but none where I couldn't go on.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, all that stopped in my
After the early days.
yeah. After about a few years of going hard at it like that,
Yeah.
you're just like, man, this ain't it. I gotta get serious. I gotta get serious about this.
What was the first song you wrote?
I want to say it was Heart of Stone, and then that was on the EP, and then First Dance. I haven't released First Dance, but it's recorded.
Where did you record at?
Re-recorded a lot of that stuff in Bismo Studios. It was in South Austin, owned by Ray Benson from Asleep at the Wheel, and we the studio was pretty cool. We got to use the same I don't know, there was a piece in there, like just a soundboard basically that was used in Studio B that Elvis got to use.
Oh, cool.
So we got to use that. I don't know what we plugged in through it, but we made sure to
cool.
at least use it.
Yeah,
Of
that's
course,
awesome.
you have to.
Yeah, it's part of history. So, yeah, no, but that was fun, and all those guys that played on the record back in whenever we actually recorded it, 2016, most of those guys were my band up until I quit playing or quit doing full band stuff in 2022. Yeah, so they were with me for a long time.
You have a lot of breakup songs that you've released and everything. Which song is about your favorite ex that you have?
Boy, that's a loaded question.
You don't have to say the name, but like which song has the best like association with it?
Unreleased, or just a song that I've written in general?
Yeah.
Lucky One.
Okay.
I don't think I've heard that.
Do you play that?
Sometimes, not very often.
Okay. Next time we see you
Who's it
live, you got to play
about?
it.
Tell us.
It's about a girl named Mariah.
Mariah
Dang, you're
Carey.
calling her out on here.
He always does. The other night, he literally was like, "This is a song about blank." So if you're, I was like,
On stage?
yes.
Oh my gosh. I actually like
That
that.
was insane. I was like, he's lost it.
I like that you're very vulnerable and open about it.
Oh yeah, I got
Okay,
nothing.
yeah,
to
we'll
hide.
say vulnerable.
I got nothing to hide.
Speaking about dating, how's your dating life?
Non-existent.
Are you on any of the apps?
I used to be. I think I still have a profile out there, but I don't hop on.
So you're single.
I am single.
You heard it here first.
Everyone listening.
I am single.
All the ladies
No,
watching.
I don't have time for it right now because
Oh,
you know,
please.
as much as I said that I really don't. As much as I said that I hated sitting behind a computer. I'm back in school now to do exactly that. So,
But it's the kind of computer work you want to do. It's like coding, isn't it?
yeah, it's. I
Okay.
mean, I was computer programmer, so this is going to go right along with it. So
Mhm.
I'm trying to go for cybersecurity right now.
So is that like you could
It's a little-
ethically hack into things and all of that?
Eventually,
I
yeah.
like how she said ethically.
I learned that term a couple weeks ago because one of my cousins does ethical hacking, and
Yeah.
I was like, that's cool.
I feel
It's-
like that's the thing. It's like hacking is such a bad term that you have to add ethical.
Yeah,
right?
it's so you can find
but
like
yeah,
where
so
companies
you can find
have
where the holes are in
weaknesses.
the firewalls.
Of
just to,
course.
I picture you like if you're hacking in a dark room with like 8 monitors in front of you, just like fingers going like this the whole time.
that's pretty much what it would be like.
Dang. Okay,
In
well
his bed.
don't hack into our account or anything.
So how has your
I don't want
style of writing changed from back then to now? What would you say?
Well, it's changed a lot, I'd say, because a lot of those older songs, especially like you heard on my EP, like "Not Gonna See Me Cry" as a waltz, and so I wrote a lot of stuff that like definitely leaned towards '90s and traditional country, and nowadays it's kind of more singer songwriter type stuff, kind of more getting your feels, but yeah, I'd say that's the most part. Like, in what you listen to, kind of changes how you write. Even though I still listen to '90s country
Mhm.
daily.
And you dress the part too.
Well, that's just my favorite clothes. Everything was better in the '90s.
I
Mu-
agree.
Yeah.
I was
Music,
born, so.
Clothes. Well, that's when it started going down.
Always.
But yeah, we mentioned that in our intro too, that like you're very notable in the fact that like you always wear like kind of 90s country stuff, and then we love that that's your style, and that's kind of how you can be identified and through your music and your style as well.
I got some cool shirts.
Where?
Like graphic ones.
Where do you
Yeah.
shop?
Uh,
Do you thrift a lot?
yeah, a lot of my clothes are.
Do you
Goodwill.
Are you a Depopper?
No, I have the app, but I couldn't figure it out.
Okay, you should look.
I got
you would
I got
really
some
like it
stuff
there.
off of Poshmark too.
So Madison and I used to do this thing where when we would go pick up Jameson to watch him, we would use his hat rack as like a library, and we would take a hat and
Oh,
then
yeah.
wear it for a while and then return it the next time we went back and see if he ever noticed it.
Still another one.
Yeah, I still have so many of your hats that I refuse to
checks
give
out.
back.
That checks
But
out.
you obviously don't even know what they are.
I
or
have
miss
so many
them.
hats. It feels like one of my favorites.
Yeah, we were strategic.
But I also have like a lot of favorites. But like I have so many hats.
Yeah, I try to steal your Possum Kingdom one, but
That's one that would
No.
go noticed.
Yeah, that one would go noticed.
So when you have a bar tab for your gigs, what are you
Mm.
putting on it?
Jameson, Lone Star.
don't say it.
What?
I know what you're gonna say next.
You don't know what I want to say.
Rumple?
Absolutely
Twisted
not.
tea.
Oh, man,
Oh.
Twisted Teas are good, man.
Twisted teas are great in the summertime.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's refreshing on a Sunday afternoon.
Might as well
After
just
you
drink
just
a Four
get done
Loko.
singing. Absolutely not. Those are college day stuff.
I'm saying you might as well. Like I feel like
Yeah.
a Twisted Tea and a Four Loko is
They're not the
brother
same.
and sister.
No, Twisted tea is way more mild. Four
for
Loko
sure.
is like deadly.
Yeah.
They're both horrible for you. That's all I have
Twisted
to
tea just
say.
has a
Oh
lot of
well,
sugar.
but lots of Jameson, lots of Lone Star, and it depends on how drunk I get. Then we just start buying shots and more whiskey, and then
So-
somewhere in there I'll get myself a Shiner Bock just because got to go back to the good stuff.
Back to the roots.
So if someone was in the crowd and wanted to buy you a drink, would you say Jameson or would you say Lone Star?
Depends how much they want to spend.
If they look like a big spender, Jameson.
A lot of times they just see what I'm already drinking on stage. If
Well,
they
no, I'm saying like what would you prefer?
if I'm singing,
Mm-hmm. Jameson.
Jameson.
What's the worst thing someone's brought to you on stage to drink, and you drink it and you're like, oh my God.
Rumple, tequila, Fireball.
If they bring you Rumble, they have it out for you for sure.
Oh yeah, it's no good. No good can come from Rumple.
Speaking of drinking, what's the most embarrassing thing that's happened to you on stage?
Well, I never fell or anything, but I don't know. Just honestly, forgetting words to your own songs that you've been singing for years.
That happens to the greats, though.
I guess, but like you can sing it fine the night before, and then that next day, like you can't remember a lick of what you're singing. You just got to make up words.
That's how you
and
find
hope,
out.
and hope you can get back on track.
True. That's how you could find out who your true fans are in the crowd if they like start singing it out loud to get you going.
Well, yeah, actually, I've had to use that before. I'd be like, "Does anyone know the words?" And usually there'll be a couple of people around here be like, "Yeah." And they start singing. I'm like, "Oh yeah, I got it now.
Yeah.
I got it now."
Well,
Love
if you
it.
want me to do like a teleprompter situation for you, let me know. I actually got to do that for Lori Morgan at the San Antonio
Oh,
Rodeo,
nice.
and that was the best thing that's ever happened to
I
me.
do need that.
I was on stage with Lori Morgan. Can you believe? Me?
Crazy that they let you up there.
What is the least amount of people that you've played in front of and the most that you would say?
I don't know. I probably played for 4 or 5 people before.
Mm-hmm.
But the most, probably a few thousand. For sure. Opened up for some bigger acts. You get to open up for them, and they draw the crowd. So
Drop some names.
I've opened up for Shenandoah, Diamond Rio, Rick Trevino, Tracy Bird, and I'm sure there's more. But Texas country, yeah, I've opened up for Mike Ryan, Stoney LaRue, Cody Johnson, like 5 times, Roger Krager, Zane Williams, a lot.
Yeah.
Almost all of them. I mean, and then I've opened up acoustic for at the Songbird series in Cibolo, yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, there was William Clark Green, Co Wetzel, Parker McCollum. Got to
Awesome.
open up for all those guys. So
Who was your fave? Or what show was your favorite?
Off the top of my head, Mike Ryan. That was in Cedar Creek in Austin, or near Austin, so Cedar Creek. But no, we opened up a show for him over there, and that was probably like one of our first big ones that we did. And there was packed house, and so that one was cool. One I'll always remember, we opened up for Sam Riggs one time at Floors. And that was packed too. That one was fun, and like you see the crowd singing your songs, and they've never heard these songs before, but like by the end of it, they're singing the chorus with you, and so that's always a cool feeling. That's the best part. That's the best part about it. That's what keeps it coming back, really.
I was going to ask, do you think that's like the best part about being on stage and playing for people is when they're singing back to you?
Oh, by far, yeah. No, just between that and then like when you're up there just having fun with your guys, like there's really nothing else that comes close for me as a musician. Although I do like intimate, like acoustic sets and stuff from a lot of my favorite artists. One of my favorite acoustic shows I got to see was like Whiskey Myers, but it was a 3-piece acoustic thing, and it was beautiful.
Love that.
Yeah.
So you were recently in the studio recording some backup vocals for your song Wildfire that you sold to your good buddy Mikkel Buck. Can you tell us about that experience and how that was?
It was fun to be back in the studio. I haven't got to sing in a studio in 3 or 4 years for sure. And so, yeah, just getting back and hearing my song, and even though I'm not the one singing it, like I'm glad it's going to be played out there. I don't know. It was fun. It was good to be back. Makes me want to go back and record some of this newer stuff that I've been writing. So, maybe we will soon.
Do you think that could be like another avenue for you with selling songs? Because I do think you're a great songwriter, and I feel like you do
Thank
have
you.
a lot of songs that, like you said, are unreleased or kind of wanting to record and you kind of go back and forth on.
Yeah.
Do you think you would start maybe pursuing that and selling songs to different Texas country artists? Or how do you feel about that?
I don't know. I mean, I could. I don't know. Part of me just wants to write them and keep them. But, I mean, if the right opportunity comes along and they hear something they like, then sure, Might as well. Make
So
some money on it, you know what I'm saying?
did Mikkel come to you? Because y'all wrote that song together, actually, didn't y'all?
No, I wrote that song.
You wrote that one.
Yeah, I wrote that one like 3 or 4 years ago.
What made you choose him to let's sing it?
Well, I didn't choose him. He chose it. We've been friends for a long time, and so every time he came into town, and we would do acoustic shows together. He forces me to sing all my original stuff instead of me doing a lot of my 90s country stuff that I like to do. So that was one that he gravitated to, and so he was like, he asked me for about a whole year if he could do it, and I finally said yes. And so here we are. But no, it was fun being back in the studio, and I think if I do record, it probably won't be full band. It'd probably be like a broke down version of my songs, like just me acoustic, a dobro, maybe someone singing backup vocals, and then maybe someone on a cajon or something just for a little beat. But yeah, it'd be something broke down.
Yeah.
I can sing some backup if you want me to.
I
She's
heard you're
got a
pretty mean at a
tambourine.
tambourine. Yeah,
Did you see me up there?
I did.
We meant
Thanks
to
to
talk about that
Hector.
in the intro, but yeah, Madison, tell them about your tambourine debut at Poorhouse.
Okay, yeah, sorry, Damon. Let's not talk about you for 2 seconds.
You were there, right? Like you saw it.
I was there.
Okay, so you
I was
witnessed
there.
it.
I did good, kind of, right?
Yeah, no, you did good.
How was my stage presence? That was my first time.
It was great.
1 out of 10.
Almost a 9. Like an 8.7.
That's great
Thank
for
you.
first time.
No,
Yeah.
stage presence. You weren't nervous or anything. You had a smile on the whole time.
I was shaking and laughing.
You were happy to be there.
Thanks. Yeah, so if anybody needs a tambourine player, if you need some tracks put down, call me.
Yeah. More context, Madison the other night at Poorhouse went up on stage with Jake Gardner and Hector and Mike.
Mike, yeah.
Yeah, and they
sounded
brought
good.
her up and played tambourine, and yeah, she was front and center. She killed it. I saw all the videos, and I had FOMO when I wasn't there.
Yeah.
But you had a lot of
shout out to Hector
witnesses.
and Jake
Yeah.
for letting me get up there, and shout out to Mike for pushing me up front. I wanted to be in the back with Hector, but he was like, no, go up there. And
Yeah.
then he was like, sing. I was like, I can't sing. Like, who are you?
Now that would have been the cherry on top
Right.
if you would have sang.
But it was fun. So that's going to be a thing for me is y'all might just catch me on stage every once in a while.
Just show up to a venue, Madison's playing tambourine.
Just dancing in the background, shaking her tambourine.
So, can you tell us more about Brother Jukebox, the band that you created with all the other guys here in New Braunfels?
Yeah.
And who
well,
all's in it?
me and a big group of other musicians here in town, JJ Villarreal, Keith Hickle, Logan Timberlake, Niles, I can't say his last name. Don't ask me to say it. But Niles. And we're the main ones that are singers in it. But then so we'll like swap out and go play shows. And if we want to make it a 90s country deal, that's the name we use. And we do a full band every now and then. It's fun. I love, like I said, I already play a bunch of 90s country stuff. So then when we all get to do it together, it's fun.
How was it formed? Like, who came up with the name? How'd y'all get together?
I think I had asked JJ if he wanted to start a 90s country cover band, and he was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And so then we brought in Logan and Niles, and for our first show or two, I think it was just us four along with the backing band that we had. But the name came to me because I was listening to Mark Chestnut that day, and I was like, Brother Jukebox, that'd be a good name for a 90s country cover band. And so I told the guys about it. They loved it, and so that's what we went with.
We actually got to see Mark Chestnut at the rodeo, and
Oh, yeah, that was
I
pretty
did
recent,
send you
yeah.
that Brother Jukebox
Mhm.
clip.
Yeah.
Me and Reed were laughing. That was funny.
And then what project are you and JJ Villarreal currently working on?
Well, we want to start another original kind of group thing, but one where we all can take turns singing. And who knows, we might, end up throwing Logan or someone in there, because we're going to need guys who can actually play instruments, and JJ can. All I can do is sing and strum on a guitar, so
You can play harmonica.
I can do that too, and sing backup vocals. But that's all I got to offer. Instrument wise, other than really guitar and play harmonica, I ain't got nothing to offer. So, but yeah, I mean, but we all still want to do our own solo stuff as well, and so this would be like another side project. But we want to write some new stuff and release it together, and who knows what can happen with it.
What would you say is the most unusual place that you and any of your friends have written a song together?
No unusual places. They always just end up being in a living room or in someone's backyard getting drunk. But yeah, no unusual places. Just like a living room or a backyard. Yeah. Just hanging out, shooting the breeze.
When is I guess the best state of mind when you write a song? Like, does it just come to you, or do you?
For me personally, is just when I'm feeling down. Those are my favorite songs.
Because you write sad songs.
Yeah.
Sad songs are the best, whether you're happy or sad while
you're
listening to
true.
them.
And like, I feel like, yeah, honestly, yeah, it's just, you got to put yourself in that kind of, like, even if you're not sad, like, you got to put yourself in that mental state and just kind of seclude yourself for a little bit and just, I don't know, bring yourself down. And especially if you already have, like, thoughts or lines of something, you're like, I want to do something with this. And so I don't know, that was always the thing for me, which is probably also why I'm like always secluded to myself anyways. And I mean, because I'm pretty much not a people person.
I feel like you're an introverted extrovert.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm forced.
Like you're very
forced to do it sometimes.
You like to do it. You always act like you don't, but you are chatty Kathy sometimes.
That's because you see me when I'm drinking.
I think it's just like you need your alone time to recharge, but then when you're around people, you're very energetic. And
yeah, no, for sure. Like especially like Mondays and Tuesdays, I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to be left alone because I just spent all weekend, shaking hands.
Yeah.
Telling everyone hi.
Speaking of writing, what's a song that you wish you would have written that you love to sing?
Iris by Goo Goo Dolls.
Okay, that's a good one.
I know it's not country, but it's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Either that or 2 Dozen Roses.
Just
Also
a classic.
Oh, man, I think it's the best 90s country song ever written.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. That's personally my favorite, but, you'd have Neon Moon in the 90s. Like, that was a big song. But then for some people, an older generation, like something like Silver Wings would be like their favorite song.
Yeah.
And so like, I mean, there's so many good classic country songs, but I feel like as far as 90s country songs goes, it was 2 Dozen Roses.
Mm-hmm.
But any song in general, Iris by Goo Goo Dolls.
Okay.
I'd love to sing that song. So
I'm shocked you didn't say anything about Keith Whitley.
Oh, I almost did. Miami was right up there.
With songwriting, I know you mentioned that you always kind of pull yourself into a sad place.
Mm-hmm.
Do you always pull from your personal experiences, or do you kind of make songs up, a happy medium?
More or less, it's from personal experiences. That's why they're so sad. But
Damon.
Again, love the vulnerability.
That's why they're so sad. But no, I mean, there's been a few that, you can think about like a certain thing and you're like, well, I kind of felt this way. And, but even though nothing in your personal life, like other than like maybe this one verse or like a chorus can really relate to it. So then you got to kind of like use your imagination or use like other people's, like see that what other people go through and you just kind of can pull from everywhere,
Yeah.
If you were to write a song about Reed, how would it go?
Would it be a sad song
or a happy song? Can you like?
Yeah,
give, like,
that's a great
line,
question.
Like on the top of your head, like what verse comes to you? Like what would you say about Reed?
I don't know, have to say something about being tall and curly hair. Pretty curly hair.
Oh,
Okay,
thank
yeah, there
you.
you go.
I knew that's where it was going to go.
That was
The
nice.
curly hair is the easy out. You chose the
Yeah.
easy route. Now pick one about Madison.
Just so
He already wrote a song about me. It's really rude.
bubbly attitude.
Wow. Thanks.
She's always happy and smiling. She's got such a positive attitude, and it pisses me off.
Yes.
No.
You like to sign off your social media, like stories and everything, with a little phrase. Tell us what it is and where it came from.
I don't know where it came from. I just, started using it one day.
Just
But no, I used to use it a lot whenever I was working part-time construction and stuff, and so I'd have little rants to tell the world, all of my 10 followers.
Let them know what's up.
Yeah, can't leave them hanging sometimes. And but no, I just would say random things, and whether it's about the heat or the cold or just random things that happen to me in my everyday life. And I'd sign off with all right, well, toodaloo.
And you're making hats that say that, right?
Yeah, I'm going to make some hats that say that.
Yeah, because when you promote your shows a lot, you end with toodaloo too.
Yeah, I sure do.
Do you say it when you go off stage?
Sometimes. Not all the time. It's always just like a video thing for me. But I've been meaning to do it more on stage. But, I don't know. Every time I do a video, I don't know, it's just always been a good sign-off for me. When I get off stage, I don't know, I'm usually I'm happy to be there, but after, 3 hours of singing, I'm tired.
You're like, see y'all later.
I'm
Bye.
like, all right, thank y'all for coming. And, but I do appreciate everyone that's been there and all those who tip and stuff. And, I do love it.
Tip.
We do like money. Haven't mentioned I'm broke. No, I do all right. But I don't know. I just
came to you one day.
Yeah, it just came to me one day.
Those are the best, though.
We love
it.
Yeah.
What makes you love living and working in New Braunfels so much?
Just the atmosphere, really. We got Twin Rivers here.
True. Are you Team Comal or Team Guadalupe?
Guadalupe.
Always.
Since I live right next to it, I can just go right,
And are you a river sitter or a river floater or what?
Sitter. Yeah, I like to just chill, and then I can just watch all the people float by and make fun of them.
Hey, and then the spot that we go to in Green is the most pretty, secretive spot, so it makes it even better.
It's the best spot. It's the best spot.
The spot that will never be named on here.
Yeah, we'll never share. Some people who watch this might know where it's at, but we're never gonna say.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, if you know, you know. That's a good one. Way to chime in there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was good.
Do you think you'd be playing music if you weren't in New Braunfels?
No. I think I needed to make that move here in order to at least chase it somewhat and just kind of figure it out. But no, if I was still back home, I'd still probably be sitting behind that desk and not ever wanting to or needing to grow and figure stuff out. I don't know. I'd probably have a house over there. Can't afford a house here.
Do you think that New Braunfels, what's the part that keeps you playing more? All the different venues that constantly have live music, so the opportunity to have gigs regularly, or do you think it's more so the community of musicians here?
I'm gonna say it's a little bit of everything between all the good friends I have that are musicians, and then like you said, there is you could play every day of the week around here, and so there's no shortage of bars to play at unless it's terrible weather outside. Then you're limited. But between that and just I don't know, just like I was saying about the atmosphere of just this town, you get on a beautiful Sunday, on Sunday, people want to go out, people want to go listen to live music, and so just being around all those happy folks that just want to enjoy the day, that's what's fun.
Yeah. And then where can people find you playing in the next couple weeks?
I have no idea.
I know.
Where?
You're going to be at the Rodeo Austin Barbecue Cook-Off this weekend.
Oh,
with
yeah.
Brother Jukebox.
I'll be there Friday. Brother Jukebox. Good call. Good call. And then Saturday I'll be at TSR for Lazy J Crawfish. So I'll be out there for a few hours singing.
Nice.
So, yeah, it'll be a good little weekend. And then who knows where I end up Sunday.
Probably drinking at Poorhouse.
No, I need to give that place up.
We say that, and then every week back there.
Yeah, well, I made sure to skip it, like, because I played earlier Saturday. I didn't go out Friday night, and then I didn't have a show, and so Saturday I played in Wimberley, middle of the day. And so I got home pretty early, and I was just like, no, I'm going to stay in. So I stayed in, and then Sunday I played at Poorhouse, and I was like, well, you know, I went and dropped my vehicle off and came back, and, you know, my bar tab was up there.
Always.
Yeah, well, I didn't even get paid for that show.
They
But it
probably
was-
just called your bar tab.
It was, yeah.
That's a fair trade.
Which was more than what I was going to get paid.
That's terrifying.
Oh, yeah.
Where can people find you?
I don't remember. Like I said, lights were on, and no one was home up here. So, yeah, it was. We're not going to do that again.
It's okay.
Never
We live
say
and we
never,
learn.
Damon.
I didn't say never. I just said we're not gonna. At least I didn't drive, you know. I Ubered.
True.
True.
Smart guy.
See?
Okay, plug yourself. Where can people follow you on social media and keep up to date with all the fun things that you've been doing?
Damon Curtis Music. Pretty much on any social media platform. Damon Curtis Music. Instagram. Twitter.
Do you
Facebook.
tweet?
I don't really tweet.
I think it's called X now.
I just,
so.
yeah, it's, oh yeah, X. Stupid me. But I really just go on there to look up conspiracy theories and stuff. So
What's your favorite conspiracy theory to sign us off?
things that are happening down there in Antarctica.
What's happening in Antarctica?
I don't know, man. Aliens.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
you heard it here first.
They're underneath the ice, and then in the ocean, because, you know, we've only explored like 10% of that.
They're
I'm telling
lingering
you,
in the Mariana Trench
I
for sure.
guarantee it. And what's happening over there in that triangle?
I don't want to know what's happening in the triangle.
Yeah, well, lots of weird things. That's where ships go down, planes get lost.
Oh, maybe we should send you on a little.
Go on an expedition, figure this out.
I don't think y'all want me out there.
Yeah, because you'll get lost. All right, guys. Well, thank you, Damon, for coming on the podcast, hanging out with us this early morning, and I hope you can
It was
go
early.
back and get some sleep.
Yeah, finally go to bed.
Nah, I'll probably be up for a while.
Okay. Well, again, this has been the Twin Rivers Music Scene podcast with your host, Madison,
And read.
and our guest,
Damon.
Damon Curtis. Thanks, guys.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo, y'all.
No venue too far, any song at every bar. Here to cover your needs. Twin Rivers Music Scene.